Spalding University. Nearly 200 years of educational excellence, tracing our roots back to 1814, when Mother Catherine Spalding and the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth began their service and educational mission in rural Kentucky. No program at Spalding boasts such a rich academic heritage as does our College of Education. Today, that mission of service is very much alive in this community. As we begin a fourth collaborative year with Maupin Elementary School, the impact continues.
Looks like I've got everybody partnered up. You picked a good spot. Show me with your finger what our voice level will be during Read to Someone.
This partnership has meant breaking down the barriers. I mean, obviously, when our kids come in the door, we can identify some of those things: attendance, a rough night at home, food, not having the necessary supplies when they come to school. And Spalding, the partnership with them, has helped to somewhat bring some of those barriers down.
What Maupin is doing is taking the students that they have that are from a wide variety of socioeconomic levels and providing support for for each of those students in a wide number of areas, whether it's social development, of course the academic development, working with the families and making sure that the parents are engaged, working with the community and getting the community engaged, and then taking the school and making the school the center for making change with the students. Our focus is on academic development, but you cannot develop the academics if you do not pay attention to the other needs of the children. And that's what makes Maupin unique, is it pays attention to all of the developmental needs of the students here.
I think ultimately what most teachers, and especially I would say, is that we just want our kids all to be given an equal shot. Not just academically, but in life. So you're not just preparing them academically, you're preparing them socially and personally. It runs the gamut as far as what your job is as a teacher. My hope would be that all of the kids would be given a fair shot, and they would all be given the opportunity to learn in a healthy, loving, safe, comfortable environment, regardless of where they actually are.
As we reflect on the past 3 years of this partnership, one need not look far for dynamic examples of the progress we are making for the students. Spalding faculty has committed time and expertise to the Maupin community through student-teacher placements, backpack drives, on-site courses, co-teaching opportunities, weekly tutoring, pen pal correspondence, visits for Maupin fifth graders to the Spalding campus, a Metro United Way grant to support Maupin ESL families, and even T-shirts to promote the importance of graduating and attending college, even for the youngest students.
Well, our partnership with Spalding has motivated our children, first of all, to see themselves as college-bound. Prior to developing this relationship, lots of our kids had no idea as to what type of career they'd like to enter into, what type of requirements are necessary to go to college. The fact that they need to start right now in refining reading and math skills so that they can make that bridge to college has now become evident to our kids, and that's one of the most profound results of this relationship, that we're now seeing our kids grow into a professional field at some later point, and I think that's very critical that they have a purpose for their education now.
Of course, this partnership was designed to enhance the students' experience, allowing them to learn what success feels like as a student, to help break down some of the barriers that often hinder their experience in school, to help them begin to understand that their years here at Maupin are the beginning of a lifelong journey.
I've been here for 14 years, and most certainly over that period of time, I've grown to love this school because of the children and the fact that you can make a difference and that they need so many things that may not necessarily be evident just from a normal observation. But here, teachers are truly challenged to help the whole child from the inside out. for lack of a better way of explaining it. And I believe that most of our teachers identify with this need, and that's what keeps them here at our school.
It's a tougher setting because a lot of times their background is not something that is really fair to them sometimes. So it's a tougher setting, but it's ultimately way more rewarding. They've taught me how to be a teacher. Aside from what I learned from all the professors at Spalding, these kids have really taught me what it means to be a teacher.
The Maupin Hydroplane program is just one component of this partnership designed to provide children, grades 2 through 5, with a learning program that integrates the academic content areas of math, science, and critical thinking. The program helps students develop a love for learning while also developing their creative abilities to better prepare them for success in the 21st century. But the benefit goes way beyond these students at Maupin. Under the leadership of Principal Davenport, this partnership provides a dynamic learning environment for Spalding students as well, as they prepare to be the educators, the leaders of tomorrow. As an example, the literacy methods courses are taught on-site in the Spalding Maupin classroom. All of the field experience hours, which include guided reading, writer's workshop, and reading and writing tutorials, are completed under the supervision of the professor. Each fall and spring course culminates in a share fair, showcasing the candidates' thematic units and lesson plans. Candidates design and conduct interactive literary centers for children in grades 1 through 3.
We, from the university, we get a chance to come down and actually work in a school that is moving forward, that is very innovative, that is willing to accept our students, that is willing to work with us in terms of partnering for professional development. We can't prepare teachers in a vacuum. So working with our partner school takes us out of that vacuum. It gets us to the real world. It gets us in a very diverse setting. It allows our students to come into a diverse setting. It helps us as professionals to understand and come out of what used to be called the ivory tower, because we get here and we get here with the students, with the faculty. It gives that faculty a sense of comfort to know that the students that we are preparing, that's coming back to them as their teachers, that they have the academic knowledge and support that they need to deal with students from these diverse backgrounds. We grow and they grow. We're all professionals in the education field, and then being able to be colleagues in the development of the child is very important.
Being able to work with, at the time that I was a student, Dr. Dunnigan and Dr. Foster, they were extremely supportive in, making sure that I took the correct classes that I needed and kind of made sure that I tracked to the way that I wanted to go with my education. But the small class sizes, the coursework, and actually even like the field service learning where we got to visit different elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, I just felt like it gave us an option to really decide, which path is the right path for me.
I think that at Spalding, what I loved the most was that it was a smaller setting. The class was a smaller setting. The friends and the friendships that I formed at Spalding with other teachers, that are now teachers, I've kept those. I still am in contact with all my professors. My professors always made themselves available. After school, during school, I always felt safe to ask them questions. I think academically I was prepared, and I think personally they prepared you as well, because they really made you understand that to be a teacher you have to love your kids, which they showed us at Spalding.
After several years of declining test scores on state-mandated testing, this year, Maupin's scores went up in all areas: language arts, math, science, social studies, and writing. Proof that the partnership forged is reaping rewards for the students, creating an excitement about a future much different, perhaps, than what they once envisioned. Perhaps the primary reason that the teachers, the leaders of tomorrow, choose Spalding University's College of Education is the unique way the faculty connects with the students. And with Maupin as an example, the way these students are able to connect with the real-world classrooms in the community they love.
Every college that's preparing teachers is looking at is the amount of field experience that students get in the actual field. What is it that they're actually doing to prepare students, not in the classrooms of the university, but in the classrooms of the real school? So I think all schools are looking at that. I think we at Spalding have been a little more unique because we grabbed at Maupin, I think 4 years ago, and knew that Maupin was going to begin a growth spurt. And so we've been on the cutting edge of helping them to grow. They grabbed at us because they knew that the university, from the College of Education, that we were looking at how do we evaluate our programs and make them better. So it was a win-win situation getting us together to move forward together. And over the years, both the university and Maupin have both grown in terms of our development and our commitment and our connectedness in preparing the teachers.
I wanted to go somewhere where I knew I would have the focus and that the professors would be involved and in tune to their students, and I was right. Spalding is amazing at putting you in classes where the professors care about you and make themselves available. And if you're in a larger university where you have a few hundred students in your classroom, calling your professors at night if you have a sick baby at home or if you have a question about a paper that's due probably isn't feasible. At Spalding it is. I still talk to the professors that I had, and I still have relationships with them, you know, after the fact.
As we reflect on this partnership in particular and continue to establish other avenues of outreach in our community, it is clear that Spalding University's College of Education is truly developing educators as leaders.